What is good, everyone? Amazing day of price action today. Oh my gosh. Getting straight into it, right? We took a dub today. Very good day, very easy day. I'll just start with my overall bias. So coming into the morning, what was I looking at? Oh, by the way, today is February 10th. It's a Tuesday. So, let me go ahead and hide all this. So what was I looking at? Well, we had this clear accumulation from overnight, right? What did we do from about, what was this, 12 o'clock yesterday till today? Well, we just straight accumulated, right? So what can you expect? Accumulation, manipulation, distribution. So I'm looking at this, right? We have a bunch of this. I'm expecting something like that. Or if we wanted to go the other way to target our data lows from earlier, we could do that, right? So pretty easy bias. Overall looking bullish though, just because what is price currently doing, right? Current order flow is more important than previous order flow. I'm expecting bullish order flow to hold. So I was wanting to be bullish. Dropping down to the 1 minute, I saw that we had data lows right here. We also had this 4-hour low right here that I wanted to get swept to then deliver us higher. There was 15 minutes on this leg, right? You can see these two 15-minute gaps, but I'll go ahead and mark these out. The reason I wasn't really wanting these to hold price, if you look at the 1 minute, what are these 15-minute gaps defending, right? They're defending lower resistance liquidity with relatively equal lows and perfect equal lows, and then our 4-hour intermediate term low. So we have very great draws below us still at this point. So I'm not expecting this 15-minute gap to hold at all, right? So coming into the market open, what do? Well, we just started to chop a little bit of accumulation, right? And then we start to trade lower. We then take out our data lows with an SMT right here, and we get a inversion after we take this external low. Still an SMT low over here, as you can see. ES never takes this low. So we were still inside of those 15 minutes and this 30-minute fair value gap right here, which is the one that I was mainly looking at, right? This is also a BPR. So I was really interested in that 30-minute gap holding. However, I didn't have the most faith in that SMT holding. So I faded this 1 minute long. The reason for fading this, right? Obviously, this looks like a very good trade. We have an unfilled 5 minute above us. That's about a form actually. And then we have our 1 minute stop rate with a SMT, all the things that you would need, high time frame gap, inversion, everything is here, right? Why did I fade this? Well, look at the time. It is 9:44, so our next candle is 9:45. 9:45 opens right here, and what can we expect high time frame candles to do? Well, they manipulate and then distribute. They will either do one or the other, but preferably our high time frame candles manipulate a low and then distribute towards that draw on liquidity, right? So if we can stack that with 930, that would be amazing because obviously ES has the potential to then go lower to take the sell side, and it's 945. So our scenario right now, right? We have this pre-market accumulation. What does 930 do? 930 opens up, trades higher, adds to these relative equal highs up here, and we start to trade lower. We have that one swing high and we get our inversion right here, right? Now, this is also like a distribution. This is around 150 points or so. So I'd like to see price slow down a little bit more than this. This kind of feels like that analogy that I was talking about in a previous video where we're catching a falling knife, right? You'd prefer it to start to accumulate a little bit and then distribute. That way we have our full AMD rather than just a single 1 minute swing high. The 5 minute gap hasn't even formed yet, so even if you did take this, technically, I think that, no, it didn't, never mind. Oh shoot. So we have our pre-market accumulation, 930 opens, adds to that accumulation. We distribute lower, get our inversion here, but 945 opens up, so what can we expect 945 to do? Well, we still have potential to draw lower on ES, so we can expect some type of more manipulation, and then get our actual inversion to then long back to these obvious relative equal highs up here, and then since we are in a discount of 930 as well as a discount of 945, right, we can expect both of those candles to then close higher. So I faded that, and as you can see, we kind of get a little bit more of an accumulation now. Let me go back a little bit. this accumulation is now, right, instead of just a single 1 minute candle, we have around 6 minutes of accumulation rather than just 1 minute, right? So it's just not a swing, and now expecting the reversal. We now have like, okay, price started to slow down around this key level. I can now expect some sort of internal model to then distribute. So I ended up taking a 30-second right here, since now we have, what do we have? We have low resistance leading up to a unfilled 5-minute gap, right? So this is a MEC model from the hourly. On top of that, I now trust this SMT, right? This SMT is still holding this 30-minute gap, and we put in a new internal SMT. See, this low never gets taken, whereas we go and take that on NQ. So now this is really showing that, hey, ES is now no longer drawing towards those lows. ES is now drawing higher, right? We also have the same targets on ES being that unfilled 5-minute above, and then relative equal lows, or relative equal highs on the high time frame. So high time frame painfully bullish, obvious trend. We're continuing that trend. So a low time frame reversal with a high time frame continuation. We have our inversion. We have a stop rate inside of our gap. We have an SMT. So the cherry on top. So this is literally A+ setup. And I'll show you the 30-second real quick. Let me go ahead and pull it up under here. So this was the 30-second. As you can see, we have that little inverse right here. And then this lower resistance, right? You can see that this is a clear accumulation rather than just this 1 minute swing high right here. And this is our 5-minute gap up here. So accumulation leading up to a high time frame gap, right? Exactly what we wanted to see. So going back into this, I entered here. Now I did enter at under wrist by accident, right? I was just holding my position tool out with like a 40-point stop, so I didn't take enough cons for how much the stop was. I wasn't really expecting 20-point stop, right? Our stops have been over like 40, 50 points recently, so kind of just sized for that, but ended up taking that. I just held it to this 5-minute, right? Plenty of RR. It was like, I entered at 81.25 was my entry, so just say it was here. I got around a 2R on this trade, which is, I normally just go for 1-to-1 R. I ended up really only getting a 1R just because of my sizing, but it's whatever. But now, right, I'm aligned with the high time frame DOL, right? As you can see, we're also discounted on time. There's no reason for price to really go lower. If it does, then there's no reason for me to then look for longs, right? I would just be proven completely wrong, and I was on the wrong side today. But from all of our context, right, what would we be going lower to? We've already filled every single imbalance down here, swept out the lows, have our internal model. This 5 minutes should be guaranteed, right? That's the only thing that we could possibly rebalance to before then deciding if we're going to continue to rip higher or then distribute off of that. But because of how obvious this DOL is, right, this is so much generated liquidity above us, we should just run to this DOL, which is exactly what ended up happening. We even get on the next candle a 1 minute CISD. And this is where I went break even because, as you can see, ES hit that 5-minute gap. So I went break even here, but I didn't fully close just because to me the high time frame is painfully obvious, right? We have draws above still, so this TP should get hit anyways, which it ended up getting hit in like 2 more minutes. And then it just continued to go all the way to that DOL until we SMT'd that full TP up here, right? But obviously, with the trend being bullish, we're going to continue to go towards that DOL until we take it. So I hope that that was a solid recap for y'all. If you enjoyed, I'd appreciate if you could sub, like, comment, all the things. I appreciate you all for watching, genuinely. We're at 130 something subs now, which is insane to me. I genuinely love the fact that y'all enjoy this, and I appreciate you so much for watching. Alpha Futures giveaway is still going on, so once we get 10 people with that, then I will be giving out a free 50K zero account. CPI this week, NFP this week. If you want to cop a zero account for that, go ahead and do so. Discord below, I posted my live thought process. As you can see, I'll show you right here real quick. You can see my bias was bullish, and then took this 30-second, and then possible continuation after that, which we just never got. And then told everybody to get off because now price is going to accumulate. And what did it do? Exactly that, right? We just chop around for the remainder of the day. So I hope that you guys all enjoyed, and I hope that you have a great rest of your trading week, and I will see you later.